My name is Brian Nealon with Late Model Engines. We're in Houston, Texas. We're a custom engine machine shop specializing in custom race engines for all different applications.
Yeah, hair looks good. All right, it's a big week. We are loading my car into the trailer and we are headed to St. Louis to dump my car off, and it's going to Andy Seehausen for close to a month to get a few things done, and then we are actually going to do the final assembly on my car in St. Louis. So every part for my car for it to go back together is in the trailer. Then we have Jackson's car over here, which we'll do all the final assembly on that at the shop here. So my car's going to be gone for a month. We're going to drop it off in St. Louis. Then we're headed to Texas. I'm excited to introduce you guys to our new engine partner for this year. Very, very excited to have a reliable motor for next year after you guys already know all the misfortune that we had. Oh, it's cold. Hey, this could be yours. You could buy this. Mo, tell the viewers this could be their truck and trailer. All right, 5 hours later, we made it. We are in Washington, Missouri, right outside of St. Louis. And we're at Andy Seehausen's shop. I'm gonna give you guys a quick little tour in here. We're kind of in a hurry and I have to unload everything, but I should share it with you all. Andy loves being on YouTube also. Dude, you got no room for me in here? There's no room. Dude, I'm YouTubing.
YouTubers.
I was just talking about how much you love being on YouTube.
Goddamn YouTubers.
Don't worry, it won't get as many views as Adam's channel. All right. Well, this is Simon's. Can I say this? Yeah, this is Simon's car. I can say that now? All right. Yeah, so Simon's car, I guess. I'll just stick my turd right here. Ooh, there's that baby. There's that baby. This is a really cool shop. I'm not going to show over there, but it is neat.
I don't care.
Oh, really?
You gotta be careful taking pictures of some of these cars over
Okay.
there. And if you get it on the internet and they see their car,
Don't get mad.
yeah.
We've been driving for like 12 hours and I actually forgot I was filming a YouTube video. So this is where we stopped for the night. I think we're right at the border of Oklahoma and Texas, right, Mo? Border, yeah. Somewhere in Oklahoma, but not quite to Texas, just right down the road. We're only an hour away from Houston. I'm very sick of driving, let me tell you. There's no sign right there, it's out there, but that's all right. We made it, dude. Where we at?
Hey, LME, man.
We're here. Long drive.
Was.
We come bearing gifts. Ooh, it smells good in here. Smells great.
Smells like money.
Smells a lot like money. Wow. You know how many videos I've watched of other people doing exactly what I'm doing right now?
Yeah.
Smells exactly like money. Lots of money. And just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This fits in right here. There we go.
Valve covers for the LTs that we designed. So these, we designed these to clear most aftermarket rockers, so they have those reliefs on the inside, so that we can get a big lift cam in there, and it clears the port injection plates.
These are LT?
Yes.
So, I want to be honest, LT valve covers look cooler than LS valve covers.
A little bit, I think so.
I really like these ones. Are those the same ones?
Those are for the C8.
Oh, C8 special. Wow.
Line to be shipped. And once we get the payment, they'll go.
Somebody's getting a motor. Lenny Payne, your motor's ready to go, bro. Look at this thing. Holy shit.
Yeah, so once we get the deposits from these guys, these crates will get sent out for blueprinting, and we'll get going.
Ooh, what's that?
New billet block, man.
Ooh, what's that? Yeah. Show all of it. I want you to see the tool marks.
The shiny.
The tool marks. It's pretty serious.
Yeah.
All right. Here's my motor. LSR block. We'll talk more about details on this thing throughout the week. We got tunes playing. This is a nice room.
Mm-hmm.
Good environment.
Then we got your second one over here.
2 motors, ladies and gentlemen. 2 motors. Oh, that's it. Jackson's.
Yeah.
Jackson is gonna love this. It looks beautiful. How did those are those lifters?
Yeah.
Fancy axle oiling tie bar lifters. That's what they said that we should send, or they should send. Ooh. I'm gonna get out of your space, but I know you're working. Just excited.
Looking solid, dude. It's coming across.
So pretty. This is the nicest motor I've ever had.
Nicest?
Easily, dude. All the other ones blow up.
Well, we're gonna make sure that shit don't happen. Cheap bearings, and we had an instance here last year that was the same thing. Someone wanted some cheapo bearings, and
This is just for YouTube. This
Yeah, I
isn't
got you.
serious.
All right, rolling.
Rolling.
All right. So this is one of 2 of Caleb's engines for 2025. He reached out to us and said he went through 4 or 5 engines last year and wanted something reliable. So we came up with this 427 for him and a 408 for his partner. So this is our LSR from Concept Performance. It has a lot of extra webbing on the inside of the block to help take up a lot of that stress that the factory ones don't have. Has a Comstar crank, Comstar extreme rods, and some, we get some diamond pistons. So it's
They're right here.
1600 horsepower rated. Should make close to 7 to the wheel.
Just to add on to what he said, the Comstar crank is an 8 counterweight crank. We like using the Cali's cranks for that reason. They're better at high RPMs, good for drifting. These guys are beating the hell out of these things, so it's really important to have a good quality rotating assembly inside here. Diamond does a really good job at constructing a piston that is nice quality, and obviously it's going to get us the desired compression, everything that we want to do for it. We have a nice set of our CID heads. We ported and prepared them. We're going to, we do titanium intakes on that one? Yeah, titanium intakes, stainless exhaust, keeps the valvetrain light and durable during everything. We're still doing a hydraulic roller like he was talking about. We use Johnson lifters for the hydraulic stuff. So it's a really proven combo. We've done some drifting guys last year that had really good success with our packages. So you get more than just a thrown together motor. We're really speccing everything out for what you're doing.
Do you feel like now that you guys have some experience with drift motors, there's any takeaways that make the build maybe just a little bit different than, like, say, a guy who's just going to race 8th mile only, you know, or like, for instance, my motor is never going to see boost, right? I am a big fan of NA, so things that maybe we do different with the NA stuff. Talk about compression. How much compression are we running?
Yeah, so this one's going to be set up around 14 to 1 as far as compression goes. It is definitely going to be a little different as far as drag racing goes. These need to be a lot more durable. As far as that goes, a big thing that we do on these that sometimes we don't do on drag racing engines is a dry sump. You really have to have a dry sump system on any sort of road race, drifting, burnouts, anything that you're going to do, you really need to have a dry sump. So that's what's going to help make this thing live. Durability is the biggest key on the type of racing that we do.
You know, on my YouTube channel for the past 3 months, as I've been sharing with these guys the motors, constantly blowing up. It's always the comments, put a fucking dry sump on it, dry sump. We listened.
Yeah,
We listened. This is getting a dry sump. And let's talk about that because it's your guys' dry sump.
Yeah, so the pan is designed and machined in-house. It's a manifold style pan. The pump itself mounts directly to the pan, so you don't have to have any bracketry on the motor or anything like that.
Or scavenge hoses outside.
Yeah, you don't have to do any sort of scavenge hoses. It cleans up the engine bay a lot. The pump itself is a FluidWorks pump from Motion Raceworks. So it's a spur gear style pump. They're a very durable pump. If anything does happen, those pumps do a really good job at just taking it and continuing on is still giving you oil pressure. But like I said, it integrates directly into the pan and just cleans everything up and works really well.
Should we maybe pop over there and show them that pan? Let's do that. What is this right here?
This is a throttle body.
Oh, what?
Throttle body. But you bought one, so you just put that back in the truck.
Which one is that one? Is that one cooler?
The 103. It's just a nickel. They're all the same. They're all made from the same people. Probably come from the same factory, honestly.
Yeah. Perfect.
All right, so this is a 7-stage combo that we have. This is gonna be really popular with all of our turbo setups, specifically like a twin turbo setup. You're gonna have 6 scavenge sections. 4 of them are gonna be in the pan directly, and then 3 of them you're gonna have for your turbos, and then you can run one to your valley or valve covers.
So with ours, we're basically just eliminating these 3. No.
4.
4. These 4. So we forgot to add. My motor is going to have shaft-mounted rockers from Crower. So like these little guys will be gone.
Gone, yeah. And then what they do, the roller tips will help keep the valve train real stable. So instead of a factory rocker that doesn't have a roller, it drags across the top of that valve. And once you start getting to the higher RPM, it'll cause that valve to deflect.
Yeah.
So what that roller does is it eliminates that.
So, and we've talked, depending on our cam, our cam will kind of dictate our RPM, but with a setup like this, we can not really worry about, we can push the high RPM without worrying about a factory rocker slipping off the valve or.
Yeah, or like it's causing the valve to deflect and
Yeah.
bounce around in there.
Yeah, which we went through that also this year. We've had all the problems: the oiling, the valve,
All
the valve
problems
train.
we've
Yeah,
had, we tried to address
yeah.
and make sure
That was
live.
our main focus. So this is a display that if you ever come to PRI or something, or possibly by our pit this year, we might have some display stuff for you guys to check out. But this is almost exactly what we're going to be running. And then we're running the LME intake, which that one's, it's not the same, but it's close. I guess this one would be the closest.
Yep. Yeah, but it needs to be powder coated black.
Ours is black. Tons of intake options in here see that there, guys? A little intercooler. The double 45, this one's 4500.
That one's 45.
And then you have an
85.
500.
Yeah, dual 8500.
That's so nuts. All right, so I took a day off from filming this YouTube video because we have been slammed, very busy. All the products in this room we're shooting video for LME. So the Instagram videos that you see of them posting their products over the next 6 months will all be shot by me in this room here. This is a super cool media room. Colin lent it to me to shoot in. Also, all these products, so tons of billet, fancy parts being shot by the old Black Magic. And then in here, I want to share with you guys a little bit more of what's been going on. So in here, we have Jackson's motor, which is ready for the dyno. Obviously, the covers aren't on it, but it's ready to go for the dyno. And then over here, we've got my motor, and it's not quite finished yet. We're waiting on our rockers to show up today. But just a quick rundown. This is an LSR, Concept Performance block. We've got CID LS7 heads, pack 1209 springs, I think. Pretty sure. ARP hardware, rotating assembly. We've got Manley rods, Maul. Is it Maul or Molly?
I call them Molly.
Molly?
Yeah.
Okay, Molly bearings, Compstar crank, diamond pistons. It's about 13.5 to 1 compression, I believe. And then this insane intake here that you will see on this motor this afternoon. So we got a couple more things to do. It's got to get drilled for the for the injectors. And then this piece here goes in our dry sump pan, which is getting a little bit of work done to it out in the machine shop. Steven's making his rounds, getting all the products kind of ready for us to shoot. Because there's so many products and we're only here for a couple days, it's really turn and burn, you know. And I think we were here probably 10 hours yesterday. We got here at 7:30 today to film a segment with Carlos from Concept Performance, because they do not only the LSR, but the LTR as well. So this is basically my motor, but an LT. So we'll jump back in here and I'll show you guys a little more. Like a glove.
There you go.
You want to be in my YouTube video, dude?
Sure.
Okay, so what are we doing?
We are fitting up this dry sump pan.
So this is the brand new dry sump pan that was a PRI. And like I told them earlier on YouTube before the pan was out in the machine shop, but basically there's no scavenge lines. So you don't have to build any hoses. We all know on these drift cars, typically we're using smaller chassis that have factory frame rails. So it gets kind of jumbled down here, running, 2, 3, 4 scavenge lines. This is just a 3-stage pump. So basically these are our scavenge lines here, and there's this guy here kind of sits up against the pan.
This isn't exactly like it, but this has, so like this insert in here will have like fittings that fit in correspondence with this.
And that's our drain back.
Yes. So no need for like a typical like oil baffle or anything like that. Like
No windage tray, no baffles.
This is pretty much it.
If you're not familiar with the dry sump, basically there's no oil stored in the motor. All of the oil is stored elsewhere, which my tank is here somewhere. I can show you guys, but so it's stored elsewhere, and the pump mounts to this. So your oil pump is external from the engine. There's the pump right there. And as we kind of get through this, I'll show you guys more. In other news, the last piece of the puzzle.
Yes.
This just showed up. We were concerned that these wouldn't be here in time. These are our Crowder rockers, roller rocker. Are they worth the money?
I'd say so. I mean, one thing that's nice is whenever it comes to like rebuilds and stuff like that, if you have to take off a lot of material or whatever, you can just adjust it to fit. You don't have to keep changing push rods. As long as your push rods are all straight,
Yeah.
keep rolling.
Cool. Well, if you've got the budget, get them. If you don't even bother Googling how much they cost. I've bought motors for the cost of these rockers before. We'll open these up and give you guys a peek. Here's the pulley on the front of the dry sump pump. This thing, like, why would you even put this in a car? It looks so damn good.
Right.
Jeez Louise. These things are like gold.
Right.
Cost about as much. Wow. So let's explain. I am not doing a solid lifter. I have a short travel.
Short travel hydraulic.
So we do not have to adjust our valves. You will now.
You do your adjustments just here instead of the amount that would normally go in that pin that goes through the OE, like the middle of the OE ones.
But so you'll adjust these now, and then they'll have to be adjusted again because the hydraulic will take up the
No,
slack.
you pretty much just set them and forget them.
That's right, okay.
For the most part, yeah.
So-
I mean, to double check if you want to, nut and bolt everything, of course, but other than that, you pretty much just calculate how much preload you need by
Yeah.
the turns of this, and then just run it.
Whereas if you run a solid lifter, you might check yours every event.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Right.
definitely, absolutely.
If you care about your motor.
Yeah, if you want to keep living, absolutely.
And then something that's unique, these are shaft mounted, so the pedestals in the cylinder head, that's a pedestal, like the little lip that your stock rocker tray sits on, that's machined off
Right.
for this.
Yeah, so they're gonna sit like that. It'd be a
So I just want to show you guys a couple things on the LSR block that makes them unique, because mine's already kind of assembled. But extra gusseting on the side of the block, making this arguably the strongest aluminum block, you know, besides like a billet block. The mains are really nice too, but they're not in here. And then in the valley, there's extra webbing in there, which is unique. Made in USA. This stuff's made right in Indiana by a team of great people. Sleeves, the cross hatching from the machine work here at LME. I mean, this is the only way to go if you're going to do an aftermarket aluminum block. So explain to the viewers what you're doing.
So what we are doing, if I can find the tools that I need, we are going to adjust these rockers. I'll show you how we do it. First, I'm going to get them loosened and kind of prepped in place so we're not over squeezing the lifter.
Okay.
What we're going to do is actually roll this over until the exhaust starts, which is right there. So we're going to go to the intake. That's how you know you're on base circle.
Okay.
And then got just a little bit of play.
Do you usually throw a feeler gauge in, or just a little bit of play?
With these hydraulic deals, you need an X amount of lash. Jeez.
Yeah.
You need X amount of lash. So like what we figured out is the amount of spin you give these adjusters.
Yeah.
All we need for us is half. So you just do half a spin.
And then just
you
lock it down.
Lock this nut down. And there you go. And that will set.
I'll put it in a turn, it'll take it to 80, and I think that'll be fine. It'll have been 2 turns out from where it was originally. So when you said that before,
I sent an email already.
I turned the brightness of the screen down so the camera doesn't die. But it's exposed properly. Right, we've been here all week. It's been extremely stressful and very busy. Stressful in a good way, but just busy. So I've been really pretty bad about doing YouTube shit. But I'm gonna show you my motor right now. It's all wrapped up. We're gonna load it and we're gonna get out of here. We gotta get home. We got a lot to do and still have to go to St. Louis to drop my motor off. I probably should have showed y'all before we wrapped it up, but this is my motor, ready to go. 700 horsepower. 13.5 to 1 compression, dry sump. It's the best valvetrain money can buy, and one of the baddest billet intakes that you will ever see. This thing has by far exceeded my expectations of what I wanted in an engine. I can't thank the LME guys enough, and I can't wait for you guys to see it in the car. All right, this is where we say goodbye to our friends at Late Model Engines. One in the truck. Certified
forklift driver.
Super certified. Motor number 2, and we're fucking out of here. Jackson's, mine. So that's gonna do it for today's video, or this week's video, whatever. It's been crazy. Huge thank you to Carlos at Concept Performance for helping us out with the block. The LSR block is amazing. And then the whole team down here at Late Model Engines. I mean, watching the team of individuals here work together and, you know, spending time with everybody that works here. I don't think I've ever been in another work environment like this. It's pretty unique. And I think that's what sets them apart. And allows them to keep putting out motors that are dialed. I mean, it all starts here. The cleanliness, the team, the communication, the experience, all that shit is so important to putting out good motors, and can't thank them enough. So make sure you guys give them a follow on Instagram. Check out their YouTube channel. We're going to be putting some content out from this week on there, so check them out. It's in the description, and we'll see you in the next one. Later.